Welcome to Chew the Fat with Max. I'm Max. Today, I'd love to share with you my good news. I appreciate you, number one, joining me on my journey. It has been one full year that I've been on this journey, and during this time, I have lost 90.5 pounds. When I originally posted, I was already at the 11-month mark. And can I tell you, I was already at 90 pounds. So when I weighed in for my final bod pod weigh-in for the 1 year, it showed that I only lost a quarter of a pound. Well, I was excited, and you're thinking, a quarter of a pound? You got excited over that for a full month? Well, that's one of the reasons I do the bod pod instead of just the scale, because for me, it's not so much about just the weight on the scale, it's about the body fat. And I was able to lose 5 pounds of body fat in 1 month. I was very thrilled because during that 1 month, I also was on a 2-week vacation. So yeah, the number on the scale was not all that, but that body fat, that right there is what I'm after. I do want to get muscular. I do want to have more strength and flexibility, and so I'm gonna gain muscle, and I'm okay with that. It's more about that body fat. And so when you're thinking about your journey, you have to ask yourself, what is the goal that you're really after? I wasn't about the number, and that's why I really don't have a real number for how much weight I want to lose. But I know that people like numbers because, we all like to put things in a box, and people are more interested in weight than they are with just body fat. So I have a body fat goal, and that body fat goal is to get my body fat percentage below 30%. That's the real goal. I don't know what I'm gonna weigh when that happens. However, I do know that I was very thrilled with the outcome for the full month of February into March. Now, I've already had a second weigh-in after that for the month of April. So how did I lose 90 pounds in 1 year? I basically did the ketogenic diet, and then I did intermittent fasting and alternate day fasting. I also use the same biblical and success principles that I use in my everyday life, my profession, my spiritual life, things that help me have success there. I use those same principles for weight loss, changing my mindset, shifting that mind, and finally at about the 6-month mark, I started exercising and incorporating fitness, because remember, my journey is optimal health, not just weight loss. Weight loss is one of those things that attribute to that, but it is not the only portion of health. So I utilize those 5 strategies, and can I tell you, they work. At least they worked for me. So I think the big thing is, if you're going to try to achieve success in achieving optimal health, or whatever your fitness or health goals are, you're going to need to, number one, change your mind. You can have all of the strategies in the world, copy what someone else is doing, but the truth is, if you don't shift that mind, you will go back to those same old behaviors. You have to change the mind, thereby changing the behavior, thereby creating new habits, and thereby having a lifestyle. And that's what it was all about for me. And so I just started shifting my mind. And as you can see right here behind me, that's my vision board for the year. And next to the vision board, you see the 2 smaller pictures. Those are what I call my action boards. And those were the 2 biggest focuses that I wanted to have this year. And one is my spiritual journey. So there's a spiritual action board at the top. And then underneath that is my fitness and health action board. And basically the difference is they're just kind of a little bit more specific than what's on the vision board, and they include the steps I need to take to achieve that. And so I'll share a picture of that with you for my fitness and optimal health board, and then that way you can kind of see where I was going with that, and I'll explain it as well. As far as the ketogenic diet goes, basically the ketogenic diet is a low carb, high fat, moderate protein diet. And it's not just high fat, but healthy fats as well. So I followed the ketogenic diet, keeping my carbs under 20 net grams, and I'll do a video later kind of teaching you how to calculate the macros. Macros are the macronutrients that we eat, and the big ones are your carbohydrates, your protein, and your fat. And so keeping the net carbs below 20 grams helps my body stay in ketosis. Being in ketosis just means that I've shifted my body from burning glucose for fuel to burning fat for fuel. So what happens is, imagine this: you eat a cookie, it's gone, and if you don't burn off all of that, the calories in that cookie, whatever's left over will be sent to the fat cells for storage for later, right? That makes sense. Later fuel. Well, what happens is we eat too many cookies and they go to the fat cells, hence the fat just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you're not burning that fat, then you're not able to lose weight or lose body fat. That's why I chose the ketogenic diet, because, I've got lots of fuel here to burn. And so by doing that, that actually starts using up the fuel or the storage containers that I have, and that's how I've been losing the weight, just from the way that I eat. Now, the alternate day fasting and intermittent fasting that I was doing actually helped me break the insulin resistance, as well as giving my body an opportunity to heal and to my digestion to take a rest and just get my body back into peak performance. And I'm still on that journey, obviously, because you just don't cure yourself overnight, not when you've done the damage that I've done over all of these years. It's been 20, 30 years even. Intermittent fasting, I did a 16-8 protocol, which means that for 16 hours I don't eat, and then I have an 8-hour eating window. And in that 8-hour eating window, you basically can eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're not snacking or anything like that. It's nothing like when I did clean eating. You're eating 6 times a day, because every time you eat, you spike insulin, you spike that glucose, which will create more insulin, right? And I'm trying to break insulin resistance, so I've got to keep from, spiking that glucose so much. And so 3 meals a day. And then when I did alternate day fasting, basically that was I eat one day I don't eat, and then the next day I just eat breakfast. And that proved to really be healing for me. And so when I'm doing my fasting, for me, I'm looking at it as a healing mechanism, not necessarily a weight loss tool. I understood that I needed to heal my body before I could lose weight. So it's like you got to get healthy just to lose weight. But in terms of weight loss, you do need to heal, or I needed to heal my body in order for it to actually start working properly the way that it was designed, so that I could lose the weight. So the intermittent fasting and alternative fasting proved to be super successful for me. And then I didn't exercise for the first 6 months at all. It was strictly diet. I was living in Alaska, and it was, of course, March, April, May. And we didn't even see the ground until May. So, it's snow outside, and it was COVID. And so I wasn't able to get out. As a matter of fact, I think I stayed in the house for 30 days straight, left one day, and then stayed 30 days straight again. Yeah, I'm a homebody sometimes. I love being home. It's in my downtime. And it was wonderful being able to work from home, because, it actually helped me understand that I can do my job virtually and enjoy it as well. The other things that I did was, of course, using biblical and success principles. So my spiritual life is vibrant. My professional life is very successful. And so I thought, wow, how do I have success in those areas? And then I just decided, why not use those same principles? So biblical and success principles are what I use in my journey for achieving optimal health, and of course all my other goals. And then, of course, the big one, mindset. My mom used to always say, if you want to keep on getting what you're getting, keep on doing what you're doing. So if you want something different, you gotta do something different. But it's not just about the doing, it's about the being as well. So if you're not changing this, you can change your actions, but if you're not changing the mind that drives the actions, you're not going to have the staying power. You're not going to have something that's going to hold you over, because once you start shifting the mind, it becomes a habit. And those good habits carry you through because they're natural. They just become a part of you. And so I just had to start shifting my mind, and that's why I started off my very first trailer video with Romans 12:1 and 2, because you have to renew your mind from a biblical perspective, but also in your everyday life. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so that's what I've been doing, and those things have really served me well. I'm very excited to continue on my journey. I'm still getting stronger. I'm still having, my challenges. It's not perfect, and I don't expect it to be perfect. And my motto actually is progress over perfection, because I don't think that I want it to be perfect. Why? Remember, anything that is a struggle, or anything that is a challenge, or anything that makes us work for it, the appreciation, the changes that have to happen for you to be able to do those things, it's the being, right? And that is what is going to help you be successful. Think about this. Who do you need to be someone that can lose 100 pounds? That's what I would ask myself. If you are someone who becomes the person that loses 100 pounds, that's not going to happen overnight. That's going to take some time. But here's the thing, just like with finance, in order to become a millionaire, that's a journey, that's a process. People who get rich quick, overnight, lotto winners, celebrities, they end up losing their money because they don't become the kind of person that is a millionaire. But they have the millionaire status. Just like people who lose weight really quickly, including myself. I've lost weight quickly in the past, and it wasn't sustainable because I never became the person I needed to be to lose 100 pounds. And in this journey, I can tell you, I'm becoming that person because I've had lots of setbacks. I've actually gone off plan, and I planned it. I planned to walk off plan, to come off plan 4 or 5 times this year. I could have lost 130 pounds probably in this 1 year had I been able to stay on the plan. But I purposely made decisions to say, I'm going off plan. Why? Because those were moments that I wanted to go off plan, and I needed to know that going off plan, for me, I need to be able to live in a real world. I need to be able to live with my real life, my real people, right? And in order to do that, if I can't step away from something super structured and then be able to go back to it, have I really arrived? No, I haven't. But can I tell you, I am getting there, because I do choose to go off plan for whatever reason, holidays, celebration, vacation. I'll go off plan, and I'm okay with the setback. I gained 7 pounds just this past month, and I'm okay with that. Now, I wish I would have maybe did something different, but I'm learning from that, and I'll make better decisions next time. But what I can tell you is this: every time that I have gone off plan, I've always come back. And then this is my normal standard, my everyday life. I'm not off plan every weekend, because a weekend isn't a celebration. They happen every weekend, right? So I only choose it when I want to, for whatever reasons. And so I know that I'm okay with that. You gotta be okay with the decisions you're making. You can't beat yourself up or be mad at yourself because you made a choice. You don't fall off the wagon. You choose to get off the wagon. I mean, let's be real, right? You're not just, hey, I fell off the wagon. No, you made a choice. And that's the whole point, is owning it. I'm owning it. I'm okay with it. It's my journey, it's my life, and if this is how I want to take my journey, then that's okay. And that will be the same for you, however you decide. Nobody should be able to have to tell you this is how you do keto, or this is how you do that, or intermittent fasting, or you not keto because you stepped away. No, that's your journey. You do you, I'm gonna do me, and everybody else could just mind their business, right? That's how I did it. And I'm going to break down what I eat. I'll be able to show you that. If you're interested, I don't want to make videos that no one's interested in. So if you're interested in seeing how I eat in the course of a day, if you're interested in seeing any of the meals that I prepared, any of the shortcuts that I have, be sure to put that down in the comments. I will be happy to share that with you, but I definitely don't want to create videos if nobody wants to see them, right? So let me know what you want to see and what you want to know. I can even show you some of my new exercise routines, which would be great for people who have limited capability, because I have limited capability. I had 2 knee surgeries. There's some things I can't do right now. As I used to teach my son, we don't say can't, we just say I am not able to do that right now. I will be able to do those things, and I'm working up to that. I would love to be able to run again. I haven't run since 1997. That's a long time. But that was when I injured my knee the first time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Those are the things that I'm working up to. Hence, that's why exercise has become even more important, because I want to be able to get out and about and run and hike. And one of the challenges that I'm looking forward to is we love to travel, and I want to hike Machu Picchu, and I want to do the whole entire journey. I don't want to take a bus. I want to hike it. And so in order to do that, I need to be fit. And so that's what I'm working towards, optimal health to be able to live the life that I want to live. So I hope this has been helpful for you. And like I said, please comment below, like and subscribe. If you hit the bell notification, it will let you know every time I upload a video, which hasn't been as consistent as I would like, but that's okay. I will get much more consistent as I'm getting better at this. Because can I tell you, this is not easy. In addition to trying to manage my lifestyle and all my goals, I'm trying to be able to share my journey so that maybe somebody could benefit from it. Because one of the passions I have in my life is to impact other people's lives by sharing my journey, sharing my stories, sharing my skills, whatever it is that I have that I can do to help someone else. That's my goal. And so hopefully this has been helpful for you. But again, thank you for stopping by to Chew the Fat with Max. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.